Hey guys, Gavin Gear here from UltimateReloader.com. I just got the Hornady Lock-N-Load Iron press completely set up for 6.5 Creedmoor. It is a really awesome new piece of equipment. We're also midway through a series on the Ruger Precision Rifle. Amazing rifle. I find it to be totally confidence inspiring. It's a precision instrument. It does what I want it to do, but we're about to take things to the next level. I've been shooting progressive press reloaded ammo, and in this video we're going to take a look at the Hornady Lock-N-Load Iron press kit and use that kit to load precision ammo for the Ruger Precision Rifle. Let's get going. So the first thing we want to do is clean our brass. I've already done that. I've tumbled it with some walnut shell media. Now we're going to lube the outside of the cases and then the case necks in two different passes because it's, for me, faster to do it that way. So I'm going to take some of the case lube, smear it on the outside of the case. This is going to go pretty fast. If you've used Imperial case sizing wax, this is a little bit like that product, and it's included with the Lock-N-Load Iron press kit. All right, now we've finished with the outside of the cases. Now we need to load up a Q-tip. Just kind of roll that in the case lube a little bit. And I'm going to get the inside of the case next so that our expander ball doesn't bind and have excessive friction. Every few case necks, 5, however many, I'm going to re-roll it into the lube. So for this video, I'm using the Hornady 6.5 Creedmoor match grade dies. And what that includes is the match grade bushing sizer and the sliding collar 6.5 Creedmoor bullet seater. This die is a little bit different than the ones from Hornady that I've worked with. What you do is you take out this decapping stem assembly, and then you just need to give it a little bit of a wrap. There's a bushing inside, and this bushing can actually float slightly, which gives you great concentric alignment between the case and the neck sizing operation. And these bushings are available in different sizes. I've got a 288 here, and that's going to give me 1 to 2 thousandths of an inch of an interference fit, essentially a press fit for the bullet. So let's take a look at what we need to do to validate our setup on this die. I'm going to put in a piece of brass here. I'm going to go ahead and size that, and we'll take a couple measurements. Okay, so in order to validate our sizing die setup, I've got a few things going here. This is the case that we just sized. The first thing we want to do is drop this into our L.E. Wilson case gauge. Now we've got a lower and an upper step here. We're going to confirm that the back of the case rim falls between the two, which it does. We're going to set it down here, make sure that our trim to length is correct. If we're above the upper step, we need to trim. If we're below the lower step, we're actually too short. It means that we over trimmed. We're also good there, so that's good. So the bushing that we're using is something that we can confirm by comparing a loaded cartridge. So fast forward here a little bit. I've got a cartridge with the same press setup that I'm using here that I actually seated a bullet with. And you can see here that we're at about 292. And I'm going to compare that with a factory cartridge. And the factory cartridge says 292 as well. So we've got about the same amount of neck tension there. That actually goes into the factory box there. Okay. A couple other things that we want to check. So this is the Hornady Lock-N-Load headspace gauge kit. I've got a once fired but unsized 6.5 Creedmoor piece of brass here. This I fired in the same exact Ruger Precision Rifle. So I'm going to zero that out. This gets us the headspace datum point measurement. Now we're going to take our sized brass and compare that as well. And you can see we're at 2,000 setback, that's good, and That's about where we want to be, 1 to 2, something like that. We're going to compare that to our factory cartridge. It says 3. Another one, -2. Okay, so we're basically at the same spec as we have, and based on all of that information, I'm going to say that our sizing die setup is spot on. All right, so now that we've dialed in the sizing die, we can go ahead and do some bulk sizing and priming. As you can see there, we're priming each step of the way. Really liking this priming system. It reminds me a lot of the Lock-N-Load AP. All right, sizing done for a box of ammo. Okay, it's time to charge the cases. Now, what we want to do here is, this is the Gavin Gear method of doing this, charge to just under the desired charge weight. Here we've got 43 grains that we're shooting for, and then we're going to trickle up to the right charge. So let's see how this is going to go. We're going to do a charge. Okay. So we're at 41.8. We need to go to 43, so we can just turn the trickler a little bit. Slow down a little bit. Takes a little bit of patience, but we're doing match grade ammo here. Grain by grain, we're going to wait. There we go, 43 exactly. So then we're going to take our tray. This is a powder funnel that I've drilled out to a 1/4 inch, so it won't do 22 very well, but for 6.5 or for 308, this is going to flow a little bit better. So the key thing here is to pour slowly so that the powder doesn't bridge, because then it will take a while to unclump, as it were. Another note is I took some dry Q-tips and wiped the insides of the case necks off, and then you don't get grains of powder sticking to the periphery of each case mouth. Okay, so I'm going to open the powder measure up just a little bit because I like to get it, I don't know, about a half grain maybe under, so that I can just trickle it up a half grain. Okay, so there we're at 42.9, so maybe we opened it up a little bit too much. 43, perfect. So this is now basically a rinse and repeat kind of operation. Be very careful not to spill any grains. I should be wearing a white lab coat because, you know, it's kind of fun. We're taking our time. We're getting very exacting. I'm not going to go to the extent of, you know, cleaning primer pockets or any such nonsense. Okay, so we need to trickle up a little bit more this time. I call it nonsense. I'm going to get some hate comments on that, I'm sure. To each his own. Okay, 43, we're good. It's always a good idea to do a visual here. All right, well, it's time to seat some bullets. So we're going to remove the sizing depriming die. So this is the die that comes with the match grade 6.5 Creedmoor Hornady reloading die set, and I've attached the micrometer seating stem. Highly recommend that. Setting this die up is actually real easy. Basically, you take a completed cartridge, put it all the way up, get your height set. You don't want it completely, you know, bottomed out on the shell plate. You want it up just a little bit, and then you crank down the seating stem until it touches. Load a cartridge. Either take the ogive measurement with the bullet comparator set. It actually comes with the Lock-N-Load Iron press kit, or you can measure cartridge overall length, which is what I've done here because I'm loading 2 magazine length, and it's not super critical. Still got it within a couple thousandths of an inch. So we've snapped in our die. This Hornady Lock-N-Load die system that is on the AP and the iron press is really great because it's just so quick and easy to snap dies in and out. So we're going to place a cartridge in the shell holder. It's really quick, really slick. Place a bullet in. This bullet seating die is one that I recommend because it's got the sliding collar, keeps the bullet from tipping, and the lock and load bushing system actually allows a little bit of float between the die and the cartridge. That means inherently more concentric seating on the bullet. You want the axis of the bullet and the axis of the case to be collinear. Then it won't wobble, the bullet that is, like a football when it comes out the end of the barrel. That's the key. The leverage is really great on this press. It feels effortless. Well, there you go. We've loaded some precision ammo, and I cannot wait to try this ammo out. I've already gotten sub 3/4 MOA results consistently from the Ruger Precision Rifle with the load, that 120 grain AMAX load that I loaded with the Hornady Lock-N-Load Iron. I'm curious to see with these bushing inserts on the sizing die, precise neck tension, and trickled powder, what we're going to see. Is it going to be able to do any better? How about my shooting? I'm expecting to see, good results and incrementally better results, but the rifle is already doing really well, and I'm feeling like I just want to spend a lot more trigger time with it. But it'll also be curious to compare it with the factory ammo. So if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. We got a lot more Hornady Lock-N-Load Iron action coming up, and we got a lot more Ruger Precision Rifle content coming up as well. So stick around.